Welcome to the first episode of the experimental BIMP series, or aka Build in My Plot series, where I build in a server's plot according to the theme I will go for, and go all out to show how good I am at building, which is not a lot, but I'm a bit good. Now, this is the first episode of this series, so I will explain some rules I set myself before I get the ball rolling. First, I must restrict myself to the size of the plot of the server chosen, meaning the scale of the build depends on the scale of the plot. A theme will be chosen from the comments down below. This is the first episode of this series, so I have to make my own theme just for this episode only. I am allowed to use a single player world to create my build first before building in the server's plot. Fourth, I am only allowed to use Litematica mod, easy place configuration only. And fifth, every plot that I will build next in another server must be somehow connected from the previous build, making this first build the starting point of this series. Now, the theme for today's episode is a fantasy ride aboard the train. This theme is a bit generic, I know, but since this is the first episode, and is the starting point of the next few episodes in the future if I manage to accomplish that, it makes sense why I should make this as the starting point for all my builds. So, let's hop onto a single player world and start this fantastic ride. I measured off the width and length of the Jeracraft server's plot, and it was 99 by 99, not counting the sandstone border that surrounds the plot. I wanted to add a river, so I added a light blue wool as replacement blocks for the river. I then added a border to create somewhat a sandy beach, a very white, not very rocky beach, unlike some beaches here in my country. Moving on, I then replaced all of the replacement blocks into sand, except the light blue wool, since I want to keep that until the very end. I divided the two lands with a river crossing by. The first land I want to populate, which is the largest one, is the jungle biome. Next is the medium-sized Taiga spruce biome. Because it was so frustrating to trying to see the difference between the grass of the world I am placing in and the grass I am trying to place for the plot, so I can differ between the two different grasses. I then filled the spruce taiga biome with podzol, making it muddy as it'll ever be. Tried to transition it to the grass, but it didn't work out that much. I worked on the jungle landscaping and made it smooth. Although jungle landscaping isn't smooth for now, I will make it that way once I will add bushes and stuff. Now here's the whole plot's landscaping so far. Now let's move on to the terrain part of this theme. I added some red replacement blocks in order to add foundation for the railway to place on top of. I used anvils and spruce slabs to add some sort of a railway type of detail. I then added a bridge which I plan to use dark oak with and made the foundation a bit smaller since I made the anvil railroad was smaller than I made it to be. I replaced the red replacement blocks with foundation colors, rooted dirt, forest dirt, and jungle planks as follows. Now mind you that I narrowed the track a bit since the train design, a 5972 Alton Hall, or aka the Harry Potter train, I was copying from. I'll put a link down in the description below. It doesn't exactly fit with the railroad design I placed, so I decided to shorten the track and build the design from the tutorial. Now I want to tell you guys I have a Discord server. The link is shown in the description below if you haven't noticed it yet, so please do join. We send a lot of updates down there, like funny stuff and etc. Now moving back to the topic, I changed the colors of the Hogwarts Express to fit with my own style, which is dark oak. I then added a custom carriage in the back of the train. Thus far, I am really proud of what I've done. So next I pasted all around my favorite tree template in my world edit that I've used for so many projects. I don't really want to add that much effort on the trees on the jungle side, since the jungle trees are already great enough in my opinion. And I then replaced the light blue wall into water and turned it into nighttime. This is where my lighting expertise comes in. I added some lanterns and added a few big fireflies all around the build, because it's a new technique I learned whilst building the Silence Vault version 2. Instead of glowing bubbles, I added glowing big fireflies. I added some bamboo, added string on top of them, so that is it for today's build. This may be my best build I ever created since I placed so much work into this, and I even did this in only 2 hours, but the real challenge is to recreate this onto the Jeracraft server. Let's say I want to die trying to build this. So we are here on the Jeracraft server in my plot, and as you can see, I've done what I promised to you in the beginning of the video. I've recreated what I built in that single player world and copy pasted it here. I mean, not exactly copy and paste it. I used Litematica to aid me in this endeavor, and even then it was too ambitious. Now as you may see some slight difference like the water. The sand here is much textured than in the single player world. It only has one layer of water, although it may seem that it goes deeper than usual. That's where waterfall comes in, or glass fall. Now I'm not here to take all the credit. I owe this to a lot of people. I can enumerate Cosmic Radar, Oceanless O2, and Moki852, and even others viewed my work and they gave me opinions. I'm grateful that the Jeracraft server was able to help me enhance my building skills in creative mode, and hopefully I can get all of you, my viewers, to hop onto this server and play some minigames with me. Now, without further ado, this is the end of today's video. If you guys want to see more episodes from the experimental BIMP series, don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below what theme I should go for the next plot. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to never miss my videos. But for now, that's all. See you on the flip side. Recently, I joined an SMP called the Infinite Ends SMP. This SMP has started long before I joined, meaning I had to grind to get my way towards the top. Anyways, a friend of mine asked help in taking down a certain cult-like organization called Ankanism. I don't even know how to pronounce this cult name, but I don't really care because I am part of the revolution. So I don't know any more details other than an organization out to dominate the surface of the SMP, or is actually dominating, I don't know. This is where I came in. You see, there was a huge war before I entered, a war between the Ankans and the revolution that I am in, by the way. With this concern arriving at the Ankan Council, they decided to hold a meeting that will soon thereafter change everybody's lives forever. This is how I changed the tides of the Infinite SMP.